Do you know what one of the biggest problems with you being a guy wanting to get in great shape is? It's that it's made out to be so hard and so confusing. And if you're like me and the other guys that I coach, you're busy, but you want to be able to burn the fat, build the muscle, be able to do it fast, and you want a plan that's easy to follow as well. You want to be able to get in great shape while still eating your favorite foods. And that's why in this episode, I'm going to be walking you through the 3 biggest myths that are killing men's fat loss results. And I know that sounds like a big promise, and it is, but let's be honest, you don't have to be spending hundreds of dollars on supplements each and every month. You don't have to be wasting hours in the gym slogging it out each day and each week. And you certainly don't need to be counting calories and eating clean the entire time, depriving yourself. I want to show you why the traditional fat loss plans don't work for guys like you and me. And it starts with me in the doctor's office, and something I'm not so proud of, but it starts with the doctor laughing at me. As what had happened, my lab results had just come in. He reads them out and he says, "Chris, you've got the testosterone of an old man." The problem was I was following all the diets. I was eating clean. I was training 6 times a week. I was following the advice they said would get me into shape. And what would happen is my hormones were now fighting against me. And what brought me into that point was I wasn't feeling right. My libido was low. I wasn't able to burn off fat. I wasn't able to build any more muscle. And I just didn't have the energy throughout each day that I should have, because I was trying to follow the diets. I was training 6 days a week. I was training intensely, and I was still trying to build a business and live a life as well. And this is where I got angry, because I was following all the traditional guru advice and it simply wasn't working. And that's when I realized there's just 2 basic things that you and I need to be able to get into the bodies that we want. You firstly need a plan that's going to suit you and your male metabolism. It's going to be able to get your hormones, especially your testosterone, boosted. And secondly, it's going to be a plan that's easy for you to follow, because if you can't easily follow it, if you don't actually enjoy following it, then you're not going to be able to stick to it for the long term, and therefore you won't get the results. And that's why I want to introduce to you 2 guys. Firstly, Chaz, which I've shot an episode with that you might have seen before. Chaz was able to lose 13 kilos of fat in just 10 weeks. And what we did was put him on a really simple meal plan and training plan that I'm going to walk you through in just a second and what that was. He was able to get these results by having a plan that suited his metabolism, so it switched on the fat burning process. He was still able to gain 2 kilos of muscle in that 10-week time frame, and it was easy for him to follow, so he could simply keep on the plan and keep the weight off. And then there was Michael, and what I love about Michael's transformation is not only he was able to get so lean and build muscle in such a short time frame, it was that he had a crazy, hectic work schedule. He was traveling with work so much, and this is where the problem so many guys face is: what do you eat? When do you eat? How do you make time for workouts? And this is by having the simple plan that can fit into all of these, you're able to get into great shape. And I only know this because for over 10 years now, I've been transforming bodies around the world. That's ranged from dads to CEOs to politicians, actors, fitness models, and even to Arab sheikhs. As myth 1 is you should not be counting calories. And I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds completely opposite from what so much of the weight loss advice out there is trying to tell you. As science shows, everything to do with you burning off the fat is not just about counting calories, and it's got to do with your hormones. So we increase the right hormones to speed up your metabolism and to tell your body to burn off body fat. But where the wrong balance of hormones is going to slow down your metabolism and tell your body to store body fat. And this is why a cookie cutter approach that you and I have probably used before hasn't worked for us. Now, let me walk you through how to strategically increase the amount of fat you're able to burn each day. And this goes into the second big myth, where too many guys are cutting their carbs back for too hard and for too long. Because if you start to do this, your body is going to fight against you. This is where your hormones can go out of whack, and that's a technical term, but your thyroid and metabolism is going to slow down. This is where your hunger is going to increase. Cravings for the food that you're probably trying to avoid in the diet are actually going to be increased as well. And this is where you need to be smart about your carb intake, because we want to use insulin to your benefits. So many of the low carbers are going to have you try and believe that you just want to cut insulin down to the rock bottom and forever. But we want to use insulin to help actually boost recovery, boost anabolism, so you can also build muscle. And this is where we use a carb cycling approach, where on some days you're going to be increasing your carbs, you're going to be eating the foods that you really love, and you're going to be doing so knowing that it's actually going to be helping your body, helping your metabolism burn fat and build muscle. And then on other days we're going to lower your carbohydrates to help further accelerate and tap into fat loss. And this goes into the third big myth, where you just have to spend hours slogging it out in the gym. Now, a typical bodybuilding split is you train chest on Mondays, you train quads on Tuesdays, delts on Wednesdays, and so on and so forth. That has you just spending hours and hours in the gym each and every week. But the thing is, are you a bodybuilder? And is that the smartest way that you should be training? Because what we do is we use metabolic resistance training, a smarter design of training where you're able to have shorter workouts that are more intense, that are able to give your body the stimulus to actually still build muscle and to burn fat in the fastest way. And this is where, for example, we can go back to Chaz's results, where he was just doing 4 metabolic resistance style training sessions each week with 2 20-minute short metabolic conditioning workouts. He was spending only a couple of hours working out each week to completely transform his body. Importantly, this is where your plans have to work together. Your nutrition has to be tailored to your training plans, which also has to be tailored around your lifestyle as well. So you're metabolic at the right times, tapping into and accelerating fat loss, and you're anabolic at the right times, being able to recover from your workouts and build the muscle. So once you click the link below and join, you'll get complete access with me and all the other members on the other side, making sure you've actually got what's needed to get started today and just not have any more of the confusion or any more of the frustration as well. If you've got any questions whatsoever, comment below. I'll always jump in and answer them as well. But always, thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the inside and in the next episode. Now it's time for you to get the most out of this and comment below. This is where I will personally come in and give you the answers that you need. And as always, the best discussions happen over at mybodyblend.com. This is where I can give you all the guides, programs, and insights that I can't fit in these episodes. Plus the free diets and workouts are there waiting for you now. And if you did like this episode, then be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode and I can send them straight to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon here and in the My Body Blends only community.